Oh, we got a really cool Impala right here. 1965 convertible, genuine super sport, number matched throughout. That's a 327 4-barrel under the hood. There's a 4-speed sticking out of the floor right there. Nice, dry, clean body. Got lots of good stuff to tell you about this car. Go to volocars.com. That's where you can also read all the information. Take your time and study over 100 pictures top to bottom. You will also find the price tag along with a monthly finance option at volocars.com. If you enjoy the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell icon so you're notified as the new ones are posted. For right now, join me. That top's down. Let's go for a spin. All right, I'm a sucker for this color. It is killer. I absolutely love this blue metallic color. But underneath the car, clean, dry metal. The floors, the braces, the inner rockers, the lower inner quarters, all of it looks to me to be original and clean. Someone's prepped it and sprayed it a semi-gloss black, but nice, clean, dry, original metal. We bought this from a collector with 4 cars. We got 4 of his cars. He owns more than that. And he told me he really prides himself on keeping his cars mechanically dialed in and serviced. We literally have about 12 receipts that he's emailed me, for thousands of dollars in work that's been done. So it's been inspected and serviced at a professional restoration shop in the area. Up front, it's had lower ball joints. The sway bar bushings have been replaced. All 4 shocks have been replaced. The brakes have been rebuilt. New shoes and seals, new front bearings and hoses. The gas tank doesn't look brand new, but it's been replaced at some point. Dual exhaust, Flowmaster mufflers. You'll hear how good it sounds towards the end, but it does have a crossover pipe, and it has nice, neat turn-down tips. You look up at the motor. The motor he had completely rebuilt. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But when you're looking at it from underneath, it's clean Chevy orange. It has the correct canister type oil filter. It has a rebuilt starter. It has its original Muncie 4-speed transmission, date coded right to this car. It's a December build. That's the date on the trans. New U-joints in the drive shaft. It has its original 12-bolt rear end dated to this car with 331 gears in it. So underneath the car in really nice shape, really dry, clean metal and proper and serviced and maintained. Now let's check out the body. I walked around it quickly and it looks absolutely stunning, but let's get up close. Long, flat sides, and there's not a wave, not a ripple. This is excellent. Them convertibles are known to crack here. That looks good. Straight, fits perfectly square. These round tail lights, that's what sells the 65 Impala. But anyway, this is absolutely straight, not a ripple, not an issue. Lines up beautifully. You got the hairline crack. Literally looks like a long eyelash laying there. This all fits real nice. Smooth underneath, way underneath here, smooth. There's no bubbles, even right tight to the trim here, no bubbling. The body line is straight. The gap is right on, and it's flush. All lines up beautifully, flush, clean, dry fender. It's actually really nice. It's all lining up square and flush, straight. Just like the trunk, there's not a ripple, and this hood fits precisely. This is like Mercedes right here. This is perfectly square and flush. The body's a 10 as far as I'm concerned. I really don't see anything wrong with this body. The paint, stellar. The light's hitting it. That metal flake is popping. It's a nice dark metallic blue, gorgeous color. It's polished smooth and glossy. I'm not seeing any cracking or chipping or bubbling. This paint is gorgeous. I don't see any issues. It's laid out evenly. It's all one color. Paint is outstanding. A little piece of dirt. Yeah, I'm sure there might be a little nick or something, but I'm not finding any. I do not have a boot, so someone will need to buy the boot to go over the convertible top. Has the rear mount antenna. Now these round tail lights that everyone loves, he replaced them all. So people are going to be looking at them and they are sparkling. They're like new. Original bumper has some freckling, has the bumper guards. The trim and emblems are all very good. Has the SS hubcaps. They're original, good original. There's a little pitting on the spinner on the middle. The outer part's stainless steel. The wheel well moldings are original too. They're good shape, but they're a little worn, a little nicked up. Up on top here, this is original. It's not beat up, but it's got, surface abrasions. Door handles are original, a little bit of wear. Original bow tie mirror, again, a little bit of wear and age. All this trim is all good. He reused the original. It all looks nice. The windshield, probably good original too. I see light imperfections and wiper marks, so it's not new. The front bumper, same thing. It's not pitted, but it's got some freckling. The grill's original. The high beams are the original T3 headlights. The cross flag emblems are sparkling. Those look new. The convertible top. The pads, the tacking strips, the weather strips, the well liner, that was all replaced. It's a white power convertible top. You can see pictures of it on our website. So that's the gorgeous outside. I got a lot more to show you on the inside too. A few surprises as well. Let's see what's inside this huge trunk. Well, bottom of the trunk lid's painted up real smooth and glossy. The jamb is glossy. The weather strip has been replaced. You got a full-size tire sitting here, and look how tiny it looks. This trunk is so big, but it's got a spare and a jack. It's got a nice rubber mat. It is a solid trunk, has some surface rust. They get the moisture under these mats, especially in a convertible. But it is solid. I think this is a nice, dry, clean car all of its life. So yeah, it's a nice, big, old, clean trunk. And it does have, well, it's got wiring going up there, but that's for the taillights that are built into the trunk lid. Oh, and a big old subwoofer, too. I knew there was something I was forgetting to talk about. It's an Alpine subwoofer. There might be an amplifier hidden somewhere, too. The bottom of the doors are nice and clean. The jambs are painted slick. The weather strips are replaced. And you see a new door panel. I shouldn't say new, but since he's owned it, door panels were replaced. And you can see the custom speakers with tweeters and the custom-made enclosures for them. It has an optional padded dash. It has the optional gauge cluster instead of dummy lights. This is all in very nice shape. It's a factory AM/FM radio and a factory tachometer. So it's got some options going on. All the trim's very nice. Now down below, here's your stereo system. In the glove box, it does have an auxiliary plug. The light works in the glove box. It has the owner's manual. Looks like it has an XM satellite antenna. So state-of-the-art stereo system a few years ago. Let's see where it's from. It's from Maryland. While he owned it, he did put new carpets in. He's owned the car since 2010. Super Sport floor mats. He had the center console out and painted and recarpeted. Does have the correct reverse lockout shifter. The clock was rebuilt, but it's acting funny. It goes forward, it goes backwards. The steering wheel itself, the paint is a little worn, and the center chrome's a little pitted. So if that were me and I was looking at this steering wheel, I'd probably want to replace it or restore it. It's on a tilt column, another option. The seats were completely rebuilt. The springs were repaired. The springs were painted, new burlap, new cushions, new upholstery. So the seats are in excellent shape. This chrome is good original. Back seats redone, the side panels, the armrests, all that's been reupholstered. The interior lights under the dash and at the back of the console are working. The visors, the mirror look good. I don't know if I mentioned the padded dash, that's an option. That's in good shape, very good shape. Dang, this is show quality right here. The motor was completely rebuilt, blueprinted, and balanced as dyno tuned. It is the original 327. I matched up the dates, the casting codes, and the stamping on the front is all proper. It has the double hump heads, all the original valve covers, manifolds. He bought a correct restored 4-barrel Carter carb. It's dated to this car. It has the original choke tube. The exhaust manifolds were blasted and then treated. Distributors rebuilt. The spark plug wires are date coded for the car. Look how clean the firewall and the inner fenders, all that he had painted. You had all the brackets and pulleys painted. Everything up here is painted. Nice, smooth, clean metal too. The alternator, voltage regulator, condenser, those were replaced. It does have power steering. The squirters are hooked up. The horns are hooked up. There's a disconnect on the battery. Bottom side of the hood's painted real nice. Hinges are painted. This is a really nice motor compartment. Motor sounds real nice. And tell you what, the stereo sounds nice. I can't play it because YouTube has a problem with us playing other people's music, but yeah, it was really thumping. I also forgot to mention there's a nice little gauge cluster down below. Keep an eye on the engine vitals. I really get the impression this has always been a good car. It's just a clean body. He was able to reuse the original chrome and glass. I think it's always been a nice car. Loaded with good colors, options, number matched, 327 4-speed real super sport convertible. That's a lot right there, folks. Stereo, that's the only thing, that cherry on top, I guess. Cruising down the road, shifting those gears. Might as well be listening to your favorite songs as well. Now, how do we know it's a real super sport? It's right in the numbers. The tag on the firewall designates the super sport interior, and the body style is a super sport, and it's the real deal, folks. Go to volocars.com. One more thing I wanted to mention, these rubber seals on top here are brittle and cracked. Those need to be replaced. So a couple things. Clean up the steering wheel, get a top boot for it. You're going to have a really, really nice car. Now go to volocars.com, talk to the salesman. They'll help answer your questions. They'll get this delivered to your door. They'll get you financed at volocars.com. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon so you're notified when the next one's posted. Thanks for watching.